Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today for Furucombo's Fund System Workshop. So I hope everyone is having a great day so far. Super excited to talk a little bit about our fund system, which just released a few days ago. So let's get right into it. So the agenda for this workshop will be talking about how to invest in a fund. Our second step will be talking about how fund managers, what the interface looks like for them, and kind of how you can set up your own fund later on once we open the system up to everyone. We might hear a bit from different fund managers if they're in the chat here. We'll see about their strategy. We're going to talk about the new NFT and point system and how to find information on that and kind of what you need to do today in order to qualify for some of the bonuses that we have. And then we'll open up the floor to a AMA at the end. So if you do have any questions, just drop them in the voice chat or feel free to jump on stage here once we open it up to the AMA. So first, we'll talk about just investing in a fund. So we now have our new web page here, as you can see. So we have two modes. We're going to have invest mode and create mode. Invest mode before was typically just dealing with the staking and the auto farming. But now when you click on invest, you can see here we can explore investment opportunities, and we have now a new section in here called funds. So before there was farms pools, now you can click on funds. And as of right now, we have 5 active funds with 5 different fund managers. So there's the ESBM fund, stable yield chasing fund, seed capital fund, Sword River fund, and universe capital fund. So what does this mean? So these are different funds. This is kind of the interface page here. So you can see the name, which I just listed there, the performance of these funds so far, the assets under management, and then the balance of your deposits here. So once you make a deposit, it'll come up into your investments page here. So this little green symbol means that the fund is currently active. So if it's if it's within an insufficient liquidity mode, it'll come up with a red circle. And that just means that the fund manager needs to allocate more funds to the reserve in order to pay off some of the outflows that are going on in there. So we'll talk a bit more about what that means when we talk about the fund managers managing those funds, but just note that that could mean that the fund manager needs to take some action, otherwise the fund could be closed. So generally you want to probably make sure that there's this green symbol here and that nothing is a problem with the fund. So how do we determine then which fund we want to invest in? So first off, we can click here, and this will tell you a bit of details about the deposit withdraw. So if you click this here, the fund detail, this will tell you more about the fund itself. So once you click the fund detail, you'll be greeted with this new interface, which is kind of the information page. So it's going to show you an overview, and then the share price. I believe the API is down right now or loading, so there should typically be a little graph here and a price icon. It tells you the share price. But each of the funds start at $1, and then depending on up or down, it'll change percentage. So if you're 5% down, share token price will be 95 cents. So ESBM's fund has $50,210 assets under management. It's basically all in reserves at this point. This will tell you the status. So right now it's operating, and it's been active since the inception of Furucombo Fund. So 2 days, 10 hours. You can scroll over this icon as well, and this will give you more information. So under reserves, This tells you this is the amount investors can cash out immediately. If any investor wants to cash out a higher amount, they may need to wait up to 72 hours. So right now, almost all the funds are in reserve, so there's no worry here if you're an investor that you won't be able to cash out right away. Under status, so again, this tells you operating. This will be that green symbol. If it's insufficient, that means the cash balance is negative. Liquidating is the cash balance has been negative for over 72 hours, and the fund will be liquidated so depositors are able to withdraw. And then if it's closed, the fund will no longer be in operation. So once it's been liquidated, it'll turn to closed, and you won't be able to invest anymore in it. Next is activeness. So this is the ratio to show if the fund manager kept positive cash balance active for the past 30 days. So as an example, 100% means the cash balance of the fund stayed positive for all the time during the past 30 days. And then investors show you, obviously, the amount of investors in this fund. So under portfolio here, this will show you the different strategies that the fund managers invested in. So right now, ESBM's fund is just in USDC. So we'll go over a couple different strategies after. And then under information, this will show you, some different things that you might want to know. So you can, under contact here, you can email the fund manager. There might be some Twitter or some other social media icons here as well. So we'll go over some of those if you want to get a hold of him or follow them on Twitter. Just to kind of see, maybe they're going to post their strategies there, post updates on their fund there as well. This tells you the inception date, and then two kind of important things to know is the management fees and then the performance fees. So the management fee is a fee that's paid upon depositing or withdrawing from a fund. It's like pro rata, so it's annualized. So this means over the course of 1 year, you'd be charged 1%. So a 1% management fee is based on 365 days. If you're in a fund for, say, 10% of that or 36.5 days, you'd be charged a 0.1% fee. So it's settled upon deposit, withdraw, or the fund manager can also settle this within their fund. So the performance fee then is a fee that the fund manager can collect from a positive ROI on their fund. So if their performance fee is 20%, they will collect 20% of the profits as a performance fee. So if the fund manager is not profitable, then they don't get a performance fee. They would just be able to collect this man. So each fund manager can set these as different amounts. So it's important to know that you don't want to go into a fund that has like 100% management fee, and then within a year all your funds are gone, and you're like, what the heck happened? They got me 300% gains, but the management fee was set too high. So definitely always be aware of what that is, especially once this kind of goes in a decentralized way, and anyone can create a fund. That's something to look into. But right now, we only have whitelisted fund managers, so there's 5 of us so far. So we're going to ensure that there's no malicious activity like that. Under rule set here, this just shows the different cubes that are whitelisted for actions within the fund system. So we'll talk a bit more about that when we get into managers. And under investors, this shows you which addresses have invested how much, and the portion of that as a percentage in that fund, and then just the different deposits that have been made on that fund here. So if you do want to find this information that I talked about, it's posted on our guide. So if you go back to the main page here, so this is the main page, you can click up to guide here, and we have this doc section, and then if you just go to the tutorials, we have Furucombo Fund, and then Furucombo Fund Manager Setup. So if you click on Furucombo Fund, this will show you how to deposit and invest, which we're going to talk about in a second here, and then fund details. So this is what we just went over here. So symbol beside fund name, maybe the status, information, etc. So if you want to follow up on any of that, you can come to the fund page here and find that information. Okay, so we like ESBM's fund here, so we are going to decide that we're going to deposit. So right now you can only deposit USDC, which I don't have any of, I don't believe. I got a very small amount, but if you don't have it, we can go over to create mode and we can add a swap queue. And I'm just going to convert some of my Matic then to USDC. Okay, so once that completes, then we can deposit this into the fund. So we'll go back to invest, funds, go to ESBM's fund, update. Okay, we'll approve the transaction. And then once this deposit happens, that 5 USDC will be added to the fund and I'll receive back the portion of share tokens that 5 USDC buys. So in this case, it's 5.18. And then this 5 USDC will be added to the reserves of the fund. And that fund manager will be able to take actions to, utilize these funds. So once I make the deposit and the transaction processes here, it'll be showing up here in your investments. Great. There we go. We got a balance of $5 in ESBM's fund. So I just want to go into, this is my fund here, the Universe Capital Fund. So I just provided a little bit more detail because the fund manager, which will show and kind of add some more under the information page. So here under the portfolio as well, there's kind of more strategy here. So there's, as we can see, there's 52% USDC, there's 16.55% in Matic Sol Quick Swap liquidity pool. 14 or just under 14% is from Aave Lending, so that'll be a deposit of USDC and a borrow of Bitcoin and Ethereum. 10% or so is in Link Ethereum Quick Swap liquidity pool, and then some other assets here. So there's a more diverse kind of portfolio here than ESBM's at currently. So we can also see the 24-hour or the 7-day gain of this fund as well, and then the amounts and values of the portfolio. Additionally, if we scroll down here, we can see that I've added more of a description here. So I have my Twitter linked, email as well. Here's the management performance fees. And then I just included a brief description about what this fund is looking to do. So the balance fund to include stablecoins, network tokens such as Ethereum, Solana, Matic, and a small amount of risky tokens. We'll try to keep about 40% stables, 40% network tokens, and 20% risky picks, aiming for about 20 to 25% APY ROI for investors. So the fund manager can kind of include any kind of information here. Maybe they want to talk about their fund a bit more and what their strategy is. So that's my strategy for this particular fund. And it's just that easy to invest, and it's up to the fund manager to kind of earn those performance fees and earn money for you. So, you know, hopefully you're putting your money with someone who's a professional and can earn you kind of an extra ROI there. Especially right now, it's a little bit difficult because of the bear market, but that's kind of the time to invest and start to slowly add some of your money in on the hopes that these things are, you know, going to turn around and you're going to see kind of what we did in 2020, 2021 there, where we saw a huge increase in the price of the market, or the price of some of these coins. So that's how you can invest in a fund. I'll just jump over to the NFTs and point system a bit before I do the fund managers to kind of let that sink in a bit. We do have this icon now at the bottom. So this says Furucombo's previously minted NFTs can be redeemed for loyalty points. So what the heck does that mean? So if I click redeem here, it's going to take me to a Google Doc, and this is the NFT point redemption for our new point system. So the NFT point redemption will be used to claim points from your previously earned Furucombo NFTs. This is a one-time use. Please apply before the end of the campaign. So the first round of the campaign, I believe, ends in about 1 week from now. And this doesn't mean that you're going to lose your NFT. You're just confirming that you basically own it and you want us to redeem that for points, or kind of earn those points off of your previous NFT. So the previously minted NFTs that can be redeemed are the following. So from the Aave ones, you'll earn 500 points. Pizza slices will earn 500 points. Any extra wooden cube you've minted besides the first one will earn you 1,500 points. Extra metal cubes will earn you 3,000. And extra diamond cubes will earn you 9,000 points. So if you want to learn more about that as well, it's in our docs or on our Medium. If you go to our docs, you can just go to Loyalty Program V2, and we can scroll down to Loyalty NFTs, and this basically tells you that you can go to this NFT point redemption here, and this is the point redemption schedule here. So then that's great. So now I've converted my NFTs or submitted this. What can I do with my points then? So points, if you go up into the wallet here, you'll see your loyalty points here will be shown on the interface. If you do have a wooden cube, you'll get a boost as well. So that could go up to 1.1x. And then over here, you'll see the claim button and then how many share tokens you can claim. So on the new loyalty program, we're having kind of rounds. And this round, first off, the points will expire at the end of each round, and the first round will last 3 months. So right now, you can convert 500 points to earn you $1 of share tokens in a fund of your choice. So on top of that, you're going to have to stake $1,000 for 7 days in order to claim those share tokens, but you'll be able to get those share tokens from the point system. So any action then done on the Furucombo interface will earn you points as well. So from create mode, users can earn 1 point from every $1,000 on funds, either on the Ethereum or Polygon networks, and that includes pooling. Users can earn 20 points per week for every $1,000 staked in an auto invest farm. You can earn 30 points per week for every $1,000 staked in a fund, and then this kind of decreases as the fund value goes up, based just to not allow someone to accumulate all the points and then take all the share tokens from someone. So yeah, so every 500 points will earn you 1 share tokens, which you can claim on the interface there. And once the points are requested to be redeemed, the user will need to stake at least $1,000 for 7 days in the investment fund before the Furucombo team will release the share token. So if you've already done this ahead of time, you don't have to worry about that. But we do ask that people do this, once they make the claim at least to activate those share tokens. Otherwise, we won't be able to send them until that's completed. So again, the share tokens are the asset which gives you a balance on the fund. So if you were to choose $1 of share tokens on ESBM's fund, you would get just over 1 share token, as the share token price is like say 0.964. So you would get like 1.05 or whatever of ESBM's fund token for making that claim with the 500 points. So you can choose, let's just go to, so here's the form for claiming the share tokens. You can click this here. And then you can choose which fund you want to claim the share tokens on. So you put your wallet address, you choose the fund that you want to claim the share tokens, you choose how many share tokens you want to claim, and then you can add your Discord name, number, Telegram, or Twitter here in case we need to get a hold of you. Maybe to tell you that you need to stake, or that you've claimed too much, or whatever the case is. But again, you can see that all in the interface here. I'll just switch this address. And then we can see, okay, I got 14,750 points. And okay, I can make a claim for $29 in share tokens. So if I click claim, it'll open up this interface here, and then I can make that claim. So everyone can get an opportunity to earn the points or get the share tokens. Again, if you've previously minted NFTs, you can make that claim on the point redemption. That's within the next 7 days. So definitely ensure if you have an NFT that you make that claim. Otherwise, you will potentially lose out on the first round of getting these points. There will potentially be another chance to make that claim in future rounds, but that won't be for some time. So definitely, if you have those NFTs, make this claim. Okay, so that is investing in a fund. That's NFTs. That's the new point system. So again, if you want to learn more about the point system or the NFTs, that's all in the docs here under Loyalty Program V2. That'll tell you how to earn points, the utility of points, where to check on the points interface, the loyalty NFTs, the redemption schedule, how to transmit points into cubes. So yeah, I'll talk a bit about this as well. So we still do have the active NFTs going on, which is the wooden, metal, and diamond cubes, which are going to provide some benefit. So we have this set up on Galaxy's website. The new point system on Galaxy won't be active until the 15th, so maybe hold off on creating these cubes. But the cube benefits, again, will be, so wooden cube, you're going to get that 1.1 multiplier on points generated. So previously, you were able to mint more than one of the NFTs, but now you're only going to be able to mint one. So if you do have extra wooden cubes, make that claim on the NFT redemption page to get back your points again. Otherwise, you're going to have all these extra wooden cubes, and you won't be able to do anything with them until potentially the next round. So definitely, it's super important to make that claim. For the metal cube, we're now carrying over the previous cubes benefits. So you're going to get the 1.1 multiplier, and then the metal cube will also grant a loyalty airdrop to its holders. And this schedule will be determined by the Furucombo team. We did one of these airdrops already in December, so we might have one later this year as well. The third cube in this is the diamond cube. So that again is going to grant the 1.1 multiplier on points generated. It's going to give the loyalty airdrop. There's going to be the potential for exclusive high yield farming options, offline event invitations, VIP support and unique Discord role, and a Furucombo swag pack. So just one thing with the multiplier, you can have, I believe you can have all three of these. I'll have to double check that, but you'll get the 1.3 multiplier if you do, and if that's possible. So definitely interesting to kind of level your way up to the Diamond Cube and get access to all the perks that we have. As we continue development, we will also have this into consideration. So if we do add some fees, you may get some fee reduction, or you may get kind of different bonuses on that as well. So we're going to continue to update this and kind of provide perks to our NFT holders. So you can use your points to claim share tokens, or you can use your points to upgrade to the NFTs, the higher level NFTs. So totally up to you. Whichever way you see the most benefit is the way you can do it. So that's the loyalty program V2, and again, you can find that on our docs page here. Okay, so let's jump over then to fund managers in Fund. So what does it look like if I am a fund manager? So you'll have, once you're set up as a fund manager, you're going to have another page here on the top called Manage. So this will show you your assets under management, and you can click into the fund that you manage here. So you may at some point have multiple funds depending on different strategies. So once you click into that, you can go to strategy and setting, are the two. So everyone can see the strategy history here, but under strategy, you'll have this new section. So this is kind of where you can add your cubes for the fund. So you can create any kind of combo that you would be able to create in create mode, as long as the application or the token is whitelisted. So you may have like a flash loan strategy. You could do deposits in Aave. You could do swaps. You can add liquidity. And this is kind of the base level. As we continue to expand the system, we'll add more functionality. So this is kind of what's available. So if we add pair swap, we can see, okay, I got all this USDC. Maybe I want to, buy some quick swap tokens. Set that up here in the interface. So if I do set this to 500, on the left here, what will show me a little bit different is the cash reserve check. So this is the check to see if the cash balance will remain above the cash reserve requirement after the strategy gets executed. So the transaction will only succeed if the cash balance is greater than the reserve requirement, which is shown as the minimum reserve. So after I perform this transaction, I'll still have 963 USDC, which is above the minimum requirement, which is set by the fund manager at whatever percentage in the settings, which I'll show. So additionally, this will include the 0.2% fee set by Furucombo. So each of the transactions here that the fund manager takes will have a small transaction fee, which gets added on and kind of pooled and added to the Furucombo treasury for the community to use. So under settings here, so some things, the fund manager can set their email. They can set their cash reserve. So this is the percentage of cash to keep after the strategy gets executed. So if someone wants to make a withdrawal, they'll remove from the cash reserve. If they request to take out more than what's in the cash reserve, they'll be charged a small bank run fee, which is set at 1%. And then the fund manager has to, within 72 hours, provide enough funds in order for that person to cash out, and then re-maintain that cash reserve. Otherwise, the fund could get liquidated. Under the information page, you can add your website, your Telegram, your Twitter, and then a description of your fund, and then kind of information about yourself as a manager. So once you do this, this will kind of get added to your fund page, and then people can read more or find more information about you. And then down at the bottom here, this shows the claimable fees. So these are the management fees that have been accrued so far, and then the performance fee. So on the performance fees, there's an accruement kind of timeline or crystallization period. So I am not able to claim these until the crystallization period is complete. So the fund managers can set this once they create their fund. And that's kind of determined by that period. So if you are interested in becoming a fund manager, you do have experience, you can go to the main page and you can click on this recruit fund manager page here, and you can click more detail. And this will take you to the fund manager application form. So this kind of asks you what your qualifications are, why you want to become a fund manager, what your strategy is, and then you can submit this to the Furucombo team to look at. And if you've been a community member for a while and you've been around and you can kind of show your tact as a fund manager, you can apply to become one and kind of get into the fund process and start your own fund. So that's the system that we have right now for that. Later on, again, we are going to open this up to anyone in a decentralized way, so anyone can create a fund. But right now we're kind of in the testing process, vetting process to make sure there's stability, everything works properly, people get an understanding of what the system is and stuff like that. So that is the gist of being a fund manager in a fund. I believe we have Glareout here. Is he still in the chat? To talk a little bit about his fund. Glareout, are you around?
Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yep. How's it going?
Okay, awesome.
Good.
Oh, good.
Did you just want to talk a bit about your fund or share your screen, or how do you want to do it?
Actually, I'm not going to be able to share my screen, unfortunately, because I'll be talking through my phone. But I can share a couple of thoughts that I have also with the guys and with you as well.
Sure, sounds good. Sorry, which is your fund here? And then I'll just kind of show it on the interface.
Mine will be a seed capital fund.
Okay, great. Yeah, feel free to talk a bit about your fund.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, as a fund manager, just to be clear, some people actually may differentiate between being a fund manager or like a fund management and investing, and basically be a degenerate investor or a gambler. So when we're talking about fund management, we're talking about maybe like around 10%, 15%, up to 20, maybe 20% as an APY. So just to meet the investors' expectations, I would love to get some thoughts from the guys and everyone on their expectations and on the return of their funds.
So you just want to get some thoughts from the expectations of people in the
Yeah,
chat.
we can kick off with that, because just to make sure that we're talking on the same page here.
Right.
But I can't actually see the chat. Can you see it?
Yeah. So yeah, if people have kind of things they want to see in a fund or kind of their expectations from fund managers, feel free to post that in the voice chat, or jump up here and kind of talk about what you're looking for as an investor. So, I mean, I'll just say from my perspective, like I'd like to see like a diverse set of kind of strategies from different fund managers. Potentially you can invest in 3, 5, 10 different fund managers and kind of get different exposure and different strategies and assets across different managers. So
Yeah, exactly. And during this, I'd just like to brief everyone on the strategy that I'll probably or my approach, let's say. So in general, I'd like to make this into two main categories. I'd like to make it like into like a level 0 category that would be passive and active. Like there are two types of income when we're talking about income. The way I'd like to distribute it is basically, and I'm actually preparing like a light paper and all of this. Once it's ready and the system is basically tested and ready, I'd love to share it with everyone. As passive income, we're talking about like almost 90% of the fund that would be basically passively distributed on many things, which is yield farming, and we're talking about also LPs, liquidity providing, uh, basically the things that would be passively generating income. And the 10%, I'd like to aim it through actively trading, the spot trading and perpetual trading. But this is unfortunately not possible at this moment due to the testing period of Furucombo.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So hopefully we can kind of add those strategies soon, especially the yield farming stuff, so we can kind of create more diverse strategies.
Yeah, exactly, and also expanding the protocols that we're using in the networks. Of course, with time, this is gonna give more tools to the fund managers to expand and be able to generate more income. So yeah, I was saying this will be expanding the system itself, expanding Furucombo to new protocols, new networks. This will give more tools to the fund managers.
Yeah, for sure. So excited to see that when we can make that expansion.
Yeah, absolutely. As for the allocation, I'd like to just briefly for everyone, just to briefly tell everyone for the passive portfolio. I still haven't updated the fund manager dashboard, but in general, the way I'm aiming to do this is basically the 90%. We're talking about the 90%. Now, 40% of this 90%, we're willing to take it for the liquidity providing to generate some income. 30% of that will be for farming, yield farming. And 20% of that most likely will be projected to unicorn investments, to new projects. And this allocation will be 20% of the 90%. Last but not least is going to be holding some coins. Like we're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum mainly. This is going to be like a HODL strategy, just to keep and wait for these coins to pump. And we can also stake them, especially with the Ethereum coming to proof of stake. This also could generate some income, especially in app. But in the meantime, Blizzard, actually, in the meantime, maybe I'm not sure if, that's why I was actually looking to get some feedback from everyone to see what they're expecting from fund managers, to see the numbers that they're expecting. Is 10% is fair enough for them? Is 20%? What's the risk allocation? What's the risk appetite for this? Maybe some people would say maybe they can do this on their own. Maybe they're better off themselves. But the thing is, here we're talking about, most importantly, is the risk appetite, the experience with the fund manager, and most importantly, we're going to keep, as we discussed actually, Blazer, before, that we should have like a back channel between investors and the fund manager, maybe on Discord or something, that they should keep in touch and give feedback directly, and big movements can be reported, and basically just to keep investors in touch and up to date with everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, even if there was like a comment or chat box on each of the funds that only investors could see, that would be super helpful, I think. And then you can kind of share information to them, and then again they could post their comments, questions, that kind of thing, the chat section there on the fund.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But as I told you, just before I finish, we're talking, as I told you, for now, the meantime, and in the current status of Furucombo, we're talking about up to 15% APY for now.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, we got comments in the chat that they like what they're hearing so far. You could kind of put out a questionnaire to gauge kind of appetite. From what I've seen, most people, we've kind of done these questions before to community members, and everybody's kind of, high risk up until the point where they're kind of losing money, right? So if it's bull market, everybody wants to kind of see the highest gains. If it's bear market, I think people get scared away pretty quickly. So whether they, I guess it depends on market conditions, how people want to the risk. But again, I think if you diversify, I think that's what's nice about fund managers. You kind of can create your own diversified strategy, and then you can invest in different fund managers and even diversify yourself even more. So I think it's just another avenue for, even if you are your own investor, you can invest in fund managers and get kind of increased diversity, which is going to reduce your overall risk, right? So
Absolutely, totally agree.
So yeah, awesome. Thanks for coming up and sharing more about your strategy, Glareout. Where can people follow you
Absolutely, thank
right
you.
now from? Obviously, you're on the Discord here. Do you have a Twitter or?
Actually, yeah, I have a Twitter, and I also trying to make a more like a Discord small server so we can discuss everything. It's gonna be. I'll try. Actually, I'll try to share everything and put it once it's ready on the dashboard. The Furucombo dashboard. It's gonna be listed up there.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely check out Seed Capital Fund. Throw some funds in there, and let Glareout be your fund manager, and where it goes.
Thank you so much. Actually, thank you so much, everyone, and it's really something like new and really nice to explore with Furucombo. It's a really nice fund management system, and I'm really looking forward to see this successful.
Awesome. Thanks again for coming up.
Thanks.
Okay, so that was Fund Managers in Fund. So that covers everything on our agenda. We can open up to AMA if anyone has any further questions. Otherwise, that's the end of the workshop. Everyone that did attend will be eligible to earn the OAT. So if you are here in the chat, you can DM me with your Discord, or DM me your Ethereum address, and I will make sure you receive the Furucombo Flash Loan Workshop OAT, which you'll have to claim from Galaxy. So you feel free to DM me that right now, or put your AMA question in the chat, or jump up here, and we'll be happy to answer it. Otherwise, thanks for attending. Thanks for being here. Definitely check out the fund system. I think it's very interesting and very easy to use, and can create diversity for your portfolio. So hope everyone gives that a shot and kind of enjoys it, and it's another step for the Furucombo team and our community. So looking forward to expanding out on that as well. So DM me your Ethereum address, and if you have any AMA questions, feel free to post them. Otherwise, thanks for coming. We got one question in the chat. Are you able to follow the funds via an Ethereum address? So yeah, there is an address for the funds. You can find that information down at the bottom here. So you can find manager address, fund address here. So leave the fund. Yeah, so the fund address is where you're going to find that information. So click fund address. You can see the transactions here on the Polygon scan. And again, under strategy here, you can see all the previously completed transactions. So similar to Decombo, you can click that, you can click Decombo, and you can see the strategy that was created on that particular history.